What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Thursday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. This podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. It is almost Father's Day. That means you guys are going to go to OmahaSteaks.com, use that promo code JUICE to save $10 off a Father's Day package, which starts at $99 and goes up from there for the great food and all the great packages for Father's Day. OmahaSteaks.com, promo code JUICE saves you $10 at checkout at omahasteaks.com. Well, if you guys are following me on socials at Sports Talk Matt, you saw the celebration. I spammed you guys like crazy, both on Instagram and on Twitter X. Boston's up 3-0. I'm wearing a very ironic shirt. This is from my friend Emerson Latzia from DraftKings Sportsbook. He sent me a Connecticut Moneyline shirt. I bring this up because, one, it's Dallas Mavericks colors. And all you guys who were betting money line and the over on Dallas yesterday. This whole groupthink thing, it's for the birds. Game 2, everyone in the content space on the Oilers. I was on the Panthers. Game 3, Celtics on the road. Everyone on the over. Everyone on Dallas. I got +8 in-game on the Celtics, and we had the under. We tried to middle it, depending on the number you got, 203, 204, 205, 205.5. We tried to middle it. Some of you did. Some of you didn't. I made a couple of plays. I bet over 200. I bet over 205.5. I went 1-1 on that. Landed 205. The Discord channel is something that we've talked a lot about on the podcast. It's bettingpros.com/chat. You punch that in. There's your invite to get in. The good folks at Betting Pros have created a channel that is just for my live bets. DJ Picks is what they're going under. These aren't going to be official plays. We've gone back and forth as to whether or not the pick should be official. They're not going to be official because not everyone's on it. So, like, we had the under last night. We got that right. We got plus money on Sam Hauser. He hit his first 3 shots, all threes, over 1.5 at +124. So we got that right. We got the holiday number wrong. He didn't get to over 13.5. So we won a little money on the props. We won a full unit on the under. So we wound up over a unit for the game, which is good. So it's a nice winning day. We move on here to a Thursday. But we put Boston +8. We got that. We put over, tried in the middle. Some of you got that. We're not going to make it official, but it is where I'm going to go. And instead of having all the random, where did Matt post that? There's going to be an actual place where I'm going to post picks and plays that are not official. Sometimes you'll want to follow. Sometimes you will not. I'm just going to tell you what I'm playing. A lot of you guys are asking questions like, Matt, when do you fire in the middle? So that's where you're going to go, right? The Daily Juice has its own channel, but DJ Picks is only going to be able to post. I'm the only person that can post in it, okay? So I'm going to post it. You guys can go and find it. Set up the notifications for that DJ Picks channel so you guys can be notified whenever I do post in there, and it's okay. There's a play you can jump in if you would like to jump in on from a live bet perspective. So overall, really good game for me. 5-1 or 5-2 for me on the game. Really good, and Boston won on top of that. And everybody that was on Dallas, I tried to warn you. I really did. Kristaps Porzingis, it didn't matter. Boston is now 7-0 on the road. They played all 7 games without Kristaps Porzingis. Stop worrying about Porzingis. They can beat Dallas without KP. And they will beat Dallas without KP. Just a matter of whether or not Dallas wants to lose it in Dallas or they want to lose it in Boston. Pick your place. You want to get swept or do you want to lose in 5? No team in the history of the NBA has ever lost a 3-0 lead. And yes, you might go, well, Matt, didn't a Boston team come back against our arch rivals? Sure. Basketball is not baseball. It's a big difference. There's not Pedro Martinez and Curt Schilling and Derek Lowe lined up for the Dallas Mavericks. You have a whining, crying, injured Luka Doncic. You have a Kyrie Irving who has lost 13 consecutive basketball games to the Boston Celtics since stomping on the logo. 13 straight. Be careful what you do, guys. Sometimes karma's a you know what. So let's get to today. I've already given you the Russell Henley top 10 at plus 550 and the Will Zalatoris plus 20 at top 20 at plus 300. Two more U.S. Open bets, a baseball bet and a baseball bet and a hockey bet for tonight. So let's talk about the overall 4 rounds. What will the winning score be at Pinehurst number 2? The number is 274.5. Now, to par, it would be 280. So this is, will the winning score be under 5.5, minus 5.5? So essentially 5 and under. What will the winning score be? I'm betting under. Why? This golf course is extremely long. This golf course is going to be extremely tough after what just happened at the PGA. The USGA is not going to make this thing easy. It's a wide open golf course, but the rough is brutal. The greens are lightning fast. Round 1 might be the best shot to actually put a decent score up and then just try to play defense for the rest of the tournament. This is an underplay. Under 274.5, minus 135. Shop around, okay? I got this at minus 135. I'm putting 1.35 units down on it. The aggregate score of all 4 rounds will be over 274.5. Meaning the score will be 5 under, 4 under, 3 under, 2 under, 1 under, even par or worse for the win. Get 6 under, we lose. Okay? Over 274.5 total score for the winning golfer, whomever he may be, for the U.S. Open at Pinehurst number 2. Second bet is a first-round bet. Colin Morikawa is going up against Brooks Koepka. Now, I know not every book is going to have the same matchups, but here in Vegas, this is a matchup that I got. Colin Morikawa has played very well in the first round recently. 68, 68, 66, 67, 65 in the last 5 tournaments for Colin Morikawa in the first round. PGA shot a 66. At the Masters, shot a 71. However, Brooks Koepka in the first round, and he plays on the Live Tour, so it's not really all that comparable to take a look at it, but in the Masters, he shot a 73 in the first round, worse than Colin Morikawa. At the PGA Championship, he shot a 67. That would be worse than Colin Morikawa. 66 for Colin, 67 for Brooks. I think Colin Morikawa on a really hard golf course, I don't like Brooks Koepka's game. I don't like many of the Live guys' game. I think they've become mentally soft. I think they've become cushy and comfortable, and these are just golf. He's just a golfer now, not really a guy that is going to go out there and shoot really low scores. He's done well at the PGA. I get it. He's done well at the Masters. You know, Brooks Koepka made the cut in both, but he was 9 over at the Masters. He was 9 under at the PGA. We saw historic scoring at the PGA, and Brooks couldn't do much. 74 on Saturday, 66 on Sunday, but I like Colin Morikawa straight up, round 1 head-to-head to beat Brooks Koepka at minus 140. That's a 1.4 unit play. Morikawa to beat Brooks Koepka, round 1 at the U.S. Open at minus 140 for 1.4 units. Okay, to baseball. Aaron Nola at the Red Sox in Tanner Houck. Aaron Nola on the road this year has a 1.82 ERA. He is 4-0. Opposing batting average of 174, just 7 earned runs in 34 and 2/3 innings worth of work. Road games, Colorado, 2 earned runs. Mets, no earned runs. Complete game 4-0 shutout. San Diego, 8 innings, 3 earned runs. St. Louis, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Washington, 5 2/3, no earned runs. He's been tremendous on the road this year for the Phillies. 8-2 with a 2.77 ERA. On the flip side, Tanner Houck has been the best pitcher for the Red Sox. 6-5 record, not his fault. 1.91 ERA, a .92 WHIP. Tanner Houck at home this year has a 2.1 ERA, 2-3, just 11 earned runs given up in 47 innings worth of work, a 220 opposing batting average for Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck's last couple of starts for him have been great. 2 earned, 1 earned, 1 earned, no earned runs, 1 earned run. Dating back to the middle of May for a month, this dude has been basically unhittable. The Red Sox have been scoring for him, but 4 straight victories straight up, 5-0, 2-1, 7-3, and 14-2. That was the White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. This is Aaron Nola on the mound, and the Red Sox scored a bunch of runs last night to win 8-6 over the Phillies. Turnaround, bounce back. Don't expect Boston to score very much. I lean towards Philadelphia winning the game, but we're going to go under 8.5 at -110 for the Red Sox and the Phillies. I think this number will come down, but under 8.5, -110, Red Sox and the Phillies for 1.1 units. And finally, we're going to go to the NHL. 5.5 is the total. The Panthers and the Oilers, first 2 games have gone under. I don't expect anything else to pop but an under here in this game. Edmonton had some weather issues. So did Florida, had some weather issues. Took a little while for Florida to get there, but 3-0, 4-1, the 2 finals. The total is 5.5. I do understand that people are betting the over, but I think injuries are an important thing to look at here. Barkov being out for this game due to the hit he suffered in Game 2 from Draisaitl is a huge loss to the offense. I do think Stuart Skinner will be better in net at home for the Oilers, and I'm not sure Florida is going to score a ton of goals here. Bobrovsky's been tremendous. I'm not fading him at all. He's been screaming hot, and I think he stays that way. We are going under 5.5 for 1.1 units, under 5.5 in the hockey game between the Oilers and the Panthers for Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Okay, so the bets for today, Colin Morikawa over Brooks Koepka, round 1, -140. Red Sox and the Phillies, under 8.5, -110, and under 5.5, Panthers and the Oilers, also at -110. And the other bet, somewhat of a future, at the aggregate score, over 274.5 at the U.S. Open. Over 274.5 at -135 for 1.35 units. Those are the plays for us here on a Thursday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.